It's funny that the last quarterback that was drafted in the first round, the one that was passed up by all 32 teams, is supposed to have the most pressure coming up this weekend against the Buffalo Bills, and that person will be Lamar Jackson. Now, this is according to the media. See, when Lamar Jackson got drafted, nobody believed in him because they wanted him to play a different position. So they didn't believe in him as far as being a quarterback. They just looked at him as an athlete. A person that runs around and uses legs more than he uses his arm. Now, we know Lamar been in the league for this is seventh season. He been in the league. And this guy has improved every year. Despite even winning 2 MVPs, he's still been improving. But if you let the media tell it, if Lamar loses this game, then this whole season and everything is a waste. So what I like to say is that this is an unfair criticism. How is it the guy that wasn't even drafted high, and he was even passed over by his own team that he's playing with now? Because remember, the first selection that the Baltimore Ravens had was Hayden Hurst, will sit up here, will have the most pressure. If y'all didn't think he was that guy to begin with, this is the most criticized guy out here. Y'all said he's not a quarterback, he's a running back. He's a wide receiver. He's everything but a quarterback, but y'all criticize him like he's the number one quarterback. Or is it because he is the number one quarterback? I mean, make no mistake about it. Lamar Jackson overachieved. Not really to me, but to the media that live with that old values with the Statue of Liberty quarterbacks. Now, granted, the funny thing about it is that he wasn't even the only mobile quarterback in that draft, because the guy he's playing against this weekend is also a mobile quarterback, and he doesn't even receive half the criticism as a Lamar Jackson, and that's Josh Allen. Josh Allen was the third quarterback drafted in that selection. Lamar Jackson was the fifth. Yet Lamar Jackson is the one who's doing more than all 4 of the quarterbacks that were drafted in that class. Now, Josh Allen, don't get me wrong, he's doing great things as well. But Lamar has done more. And it didn't matter who was on Lamar's team. Because I noticed the media like to give Derrick Henry all the credit for Lamar Jackson having a historical season. See, remember, Lamar Jackson at one point in time didn't have a Derrick Henry, and he was still kicking ass and still won 2 MVPs. Lamar's second year, he really ain't have nobody. He had Mark Ingram. Mark Ingram, as far as the name, is good, but that Mark Ingram, that version, wasn't the same Mark Ingram. He had a rookie in Hollywood Brown. But other than that, look at the other wide receivers. Nothing. He had better tight ends than wide receivers, and people criticize Lamar Jackson for passing the ball to the tight ends, who are better than the wide receivers. Then, along with Mark Ingram, there was Gus Edwards. Gus Edwards wasn't really a big name, but when he played with Lamar, he played big and he was doing his thing. And then Josh Allen had weapons, right? And doesn't even receive half the criticism. But when Lamar Jackson gets Derrick Henry, it's either Super Bowl or bust. Okay. If that's how y'all want to play that. But like I said, for both of these teams to come up, and of course, I'm going to support Lamar and the Baltimore Ravens all the way. I'm just letting you know that right now. But one of these teams is going to have to lose. It's only a one game. This is not like a 7-game series. This is any given Sunday, any given day. Somebody could have a bad day. Injuries could come into play. Look, the Baltimore Ravens is already going into the game without their top wide receiver. Not to mention, the Baltimore Ravens won without their top wide receiver last week. But we're going into the game without our top wide receiver. Ain't no excuse. I believe we still gonna win that game. And the game is in Buffalo. Whereas though the elements is gonna favor Buffalo. Possible snow, freezing temperatures. But look, if we win that game, I guarantee you there ain't gonna be no criticism towards no Josh Allen. You know why? Because they're gonna say, well, Josh Allen ain't had nobody. That's the narrative that they already pushing. And if I was some of these teammates that's on the Buffalo Bills, I would be pissed off at the media. Because Cook, the running back for Buffalo Bills, is a dog. Not to mention Shakir, who has more catches than Zay Flowers. More receptions than Zay Flowers this whole year. In less games. Mind I add you, in less games. But they talk about him like he's a nobody. The Bills got a tight end, but they talk about him like he's a nobody. See, they just talk about that because they want to, pump up everything and say, oh, Lamar got everybody. All these years when Josh Allen had all the names, no criticism. Didn't matter what Lamar Jackson did. It didn't matter. If he had a subpar team, it's Lamar's fault. So that's what's going to happen. So just imagine if Lamar Jackson loses. Oh, man, they're going to talk about him like a dog. Oh, he doesn't deserve to play the game. I heard somebody said, oh, they going to say, see, running quarterbacks can't even go to the Super Bowl. But that's a lie in itself. I mean, did we not have Cam Newton go to the Super Bowl? He's a running quarterback. Went to the Super Bowl, right? We had that one, right? But nobody want to mention that. What about Jalen Hurts? Running quarterback, huh? Went to the Super Bowl like a couple of years ago. It almost won the game. But we're going to come with the narrative of saying that if Lamar doesn't go to the Super Bowl, then they're going to say, see, running quarterbacks can't do anything in the NFL. Well, shit, I just gave you 2 examples of 2 quarterbacks that went. Jalen Hurts had an outstanding Super Bowl game. It's just that they ran up against McCombs. It was a little bit time left, and McCombs drove down. They scored. But other than that, if the defense would have held up, Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs wouldn't have won that game. So, like I said, I just don't like these narratives that they pushing. Now, granted, this is the game of the week because, I mean, if you listen to like all this media talk, everything has been about Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. Everything. But good luck to both teams. You know who I'm rocking with? The Baltimore Ravens. I believe we're going to win it. And if we don't, then congrats to the Buffalo Bills. But other than that, I'm rocking with my team. With that being said, bold and understanding, I'm out. Peace.